This is a study and notes on the 5 waves of energy. These are notes and data I've collected from Mike from around the world since around 2014, and I will link the videos below. This information right here, though, is fresh, coming out last night. So the particle count is extremely high. A much higher percent of particles are coming in, and the Earth is being bombarded. This has a health effect, biological effect, geological effect, and a type of burning effect on the skin. It is also affecting the sun. Cern is also heavily investigating galactic cosmic rays coming into the Earth. Cern is in overdrive trying to figure something out very fast. At the end of the video, I will show you Cern's involvement with galactic cosmic rays so you can find it and read it too. The galactic cosmic rays are 100% affecting our weather, and the particle counts are dramatically increasing. The particle count has gone up twice as much since the beginning of the year. We really didn't expect that count to be that high. This particle count is increasing and will reach a danger level if it continues on this trend. If a 0.2% change in the temperature of the Earth's stratosphere is enough to send this world into chaos with winds of about 200 to 300 miles per hour, then that small change in radioactive particles coming in from space is a big deal. Also with this, there is a bad problem coming with the oceans, like a higher tension of water in the atmosphere, but it's the wrong type of particle coming in. The particles' protons are overwhelming our magnetic field. Auroras need to be watched, and when we see a red and blue or change to a reddish-bluish type color and then a bluish type color, we've got an ignition of the wrong type of gases going off in the atmosphere. And when that takes place, the moisture could do something like a type of flash fire, a sort of ignitable atmosphere. Wind speeds will increase because too much of a difference between hot and cold. Note these words: ignitable atmosphere, atmospheric compression, and ignitable faults. Now, Mike coined the term atmospheric compression, but that is a key word. Okay, so there will be big light shows in the sky, and we will see beautiful cloud colors as that particle count increases. And remember, the oceans are changing and the atmosphere is holding too much moisture. And with this radiation, we are also looking at the biological aspect of it. This winter, expect some strange sicknesses in the human body. We will start finding it difficult to overcome many things. People's minds are very affected, which is one of the bigger things. A lot of people will start losing memory and they won't know why. As time goes on, it's going to almost be like some people are trapped in some sort of dream state, and that's due to magnetics. Now here are some older notes I have taken on that very thing. The charged particles are going to go through anything they want to go through, damaging DNA and your neurons and everything else, and electrons. If the particles get through due to a collapse in the certain parts of the magnetic field, they are going right to the surface and they will penetrate the atmosphere because of the atmosphere will be bombarded. We will start to see the auroras first. This is going to be one of those signs, and once you see that and the magnetosphere continues to collapse, there's going to be an overwhelming of these very fast particles coming right down to the surface of the Earth. When this takes place, wherever the holes are, anybody in that specific area is going to have a break in their neurological connections, and they are going to go absolutely crazy. It's a very real thing, people going crazy like animals, and people would begin to hallucinate. All sorts of things are going to begin to happen. People are going to see things they don't want to see, and it'll almost be like walking between 2 dimensions. It's hard for anyone to imagine or grasp. You'll also see a big push from all governments where they have to collect money fast and do mini drills. Make sure to mark and note the locations of these drills. Also watch for rapid deployment into safe zones of important and smart individuals. Could be blamed on deaths. Also watch the earthquakes, volcano, and magma activity. There will also be some conference on New York City and other places around there for magma problems. Watch for that as well. So those were notes that I collected that I need to go over again, but here's another one. Now I noted and posted this in 2016 and 2017. Okay, so these are notes from 2016 and 2017. We're going to see dramatic pressure changes. Your storm clouds are going to become very compact and very highly charged. Much more intense lightning storms and plasma conduits forming on Earth. You'll be able to see some very visible things in space that will really change people's minds. We're going to have an ionosphere nightmare here shortly, a significant uptick in the volcanoes and earthquakes. No one is going to have to be told that the Earth is undergoing some catastrophic changes. At that point, that's going to become highly evident. Eventually, from these waves, internally in the Earth and the electrical properties will be off the scale, something nobody has seen in their lifetime. So you're looking at a massive electrical discharges coming from within the Earth and going externally. This is not going to be very good for certain lava tubes that are barely hanging together. That increased or intense activity in the Earth is going to cause it to begin to overheat in places that it shouldn't. When that happens, you're looking at fire starting underneath the surface of the Earth. And with this right here, we're not talking about magma, but talking about oil, natural gases, and coal fires. When this begins to intensify, you're looking at coal fires from within the Earth that begins to burn. We're looking at a slow buildup of an entire breakdown. The pressure will begin to build up, and these coal fires and black smoke will start spewing out of the Earth in places, and could even be a brownish type smoke also. Okay, so let me go over these right here. And here are some older notes. Okay, so these right here are from early 2017 on the sun. The sun is going to change over the course of 2 years. When these cosmic rays come in, they're going to change the chemistry in the sun itself. So it's going to be very different and very hot. The sun is going to heat up so much that people will get blisters from the sun, even within minutes in some places. As the brightness of the sun increases, so will the heat. But also we're going to have a freeze, and now when this hot and cold mix, because of the turbulence within the Earth, we're going to have winds we have never seen before. Okay, so this next part's also about the system and the sun. One system will come up from the south of us. Here's what happens as this twin star gets closer to us. You're going to see some of the sun's material pointing in one direction. Like our sun will grow a tail. That's what's going to happen to it. It's going to become incredibly bright, and when it will go down to a red hue, it'll turn red, and then as this other star begins to absorb helium, hydrogen from our sun will go black and be twice as hot. This has already been observed in most of the binary systems out there, and one star always goes black when a companion star is in proximity. Here's the roundabouts. So when you have two stars, when the sun stops its fusion from combining hydrogen atoms, it begins to burn oxygen and carbon, causing it to be a white dwarf. A white dwarf is formed when a low-mass star is exhausted all its central nuclear fuel and lost its outer layers as a planetary nebula. There is another stage after that too, and here's what happens. When it comes back in from its twin system, that cold star begins to attract helium and hydrogen from the companion star. So it officially refuels, and it makes the companion star much heavier. It refuels, and our sun is reacting to something else coming into it. That star could be far away and still cause our sun to react. So what I'm saying is people are absolutely seeing some things of a different system coming our way. And wouldn't you know it, some of the ancient documents that have been hidden away from all mankind that they won't reveal have always foretold of another sun. So we're facing this thing yet again, and it's coming back through yet again. Okay, so around December 22nd, somewhere around that date, there is a dense field being picked up on data. This is fitting several data points for the same time frames also. I'm going to link Mark's post on this, but also in December we will have a backside alignment with the system. This system is sending tons of cosmic radiation energy waves towards us and other planets, so earthquake and volcanic activity needs to be watched. The system will be on the opposite side of the sun between Jupiter and Saturn under the ecliptic, like Mark said, and we enter the debris field in January. The data has been collected to support this over the past years. Remember that this has an impact on DNA and can damage molecules, kind of like what I talked about a couple of years ago in that big post about the 5 waves of energy and what it does to the DNA and molecules. This could also be the cause of your sudden oncoming heart problems, migraines, and headaches, along with geomagnetic activity and huge abnormal spikes in the electromagnetic field spectrum frequency of Earth's heartbeat. On over at hps.org, they state, energy UV radiation associated with the UVC category is very strongly absorbed by most organic materials. It is strongly absorbed by organic molecules, including DNA, and leads to severe damage to the molecule and the organism's reproductive process. The UVC radiation is sufficiently energetic that it may produce chemical bond breakage and ionization of some atoms and molecules. The three types of UV radiation are classified according to their wavelength. They differ in their biological activity. The shorter the wavelength, the more harmful the UV radiation. UVC is the shortest. The World Health Organization states, short wavelength UVC is the most dangerous, damaging type of UV radiation. However, it is completely filtered by the atmosphere and does not reach the Earth's surface. But wait, it is, and more in larger areas. So if UVB damages our DNA and molecules and cancer is on the rise from the extreme amounts now reaching Earth, what is UVC doing to us now that this is reaching ground level? In big amounts of that. This links sudden cardiac death to the increase in cosmic radiation, which there has been more than a 13% increase in cosmic radiation since 2015. This was last updated on the page in May of 2017. It is probably much higher as of now. This is a study called clinical biology. This study links sudden cardiac death with geomagnetic activity. The results of clinical biology study. There is an inverse relationship between sudden cardiac death and the level of daily geomagnetic activity. It is a proven scientific fact that Earth's heartbeat impacts brainwaves and the nervous system. Take a moment to read this.